Welcome back. We are the Whiskey Laymen, and today we are talking about Four Roses Single Barrel. What is single barrel, Kyle?
Single barrel is exactly what it says. There is multiple barrels of the same whiskey in a warehouse, and they just take one of the barrels, and that's what they fill the bottle with. I don't know how many you can make. I don't think it's 500. I thought it was, but it's a bunch. They're big.
So this differs from something that's not single barrel because usually they blend them all together to create a single, more homogeneous flavor. Yeah,
they'll sample each barrel and they'll take characters, like say like one barrel has more cinnamon tasting or cinnamon notes in it, and like another one has more vanilla notes. They'll take both of those and blend them into one whiskey. This is just whatever it tastes like, that's what you're getting.
So will we notice a difference between these two? Because they use the same recipe.
Yeah, you should, especially because they come from different warehouses. I don't know what their layout is, but hopefully these are like on the opposite side of whatever yard they have or whatever. But this is ME, and this is from MW. So
whatever that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we get two similar flavors, but hopefully they have like different high points on their tasting.
So say someone likes Four Roses, they would go to these because they would get familiarity to it, but every bottle's going to be a slightly different experience for them.
Yeah, and if you like a bottle, the worst part is it's very limited because you're never going to get the same thing twice.
That's a good point. So
like if you find a bottle you like, write it down and go buy more of it, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Do you think that's also a bit of a sales strategy, though? It gets people to buy more than one bottle of the same whiskey, trying to find different varieties?
Absolutely.
They got us, didn't they?
It worked. That's smart. All right, should we give the our right-hand glass a sniff here?
Well, I was just wondering, like, you're gonna smell them both at the same time, one for each nostril. Like, what's the tactic?
That's probably the least scientific way to do it, but oh man, Kyle did it. What did we get, Kyle?
Smells like bourbon.
All right.
Oh man. Ugh. There's no more hair in my nose.
He just took a line of bourbon straight to the nose.
All right. Well, Kyle showed us what not to do when smelling your whiskey.
Sinuses are clear. So this is MW, right? This is Max bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
The right-hand glass is MW.
It's not overpowering though. Like there are some 100 proof whiskeys. Is it 100 proof, right?
Yeah. 50% ABV.
That you take a sniff of and it really clears your nostrils. This, I'm not getting overwhelming power. Like, you're not getting that big, strong bite.
Just coming 1 minute after he was overpowered by the sniff he took.
All right.
Oh, man. Ugh. There's no more hair in my nose. It's true, but I had 2 of them. It was double the strength.
Is that how proofing works?
It is now.
I smell a bit of sweetness and also kind of...
Well, you're not going to like this anyways, are you?
No, I know, but I still have to give my 2 cents, right? Maybe there's people out there...
It smells delicious.
See, I don't agree. I think it smells like a Sharpie.
Oh, that's a really good way of saying it. I don't disagree, but I don't dislike the smell of Sharpies.
That's kind of what I was going for. Okay, but is there a difference between the two?
No.
Is it like green Sharpie versus black Sharpie?
Was this like the same conversation of what color Fruit Loops do you like?
Yes, it is exactly like that.
Okay.
I feel like our left-hand bottle here smells a little sweeter to me.
Okay.
It's
no,
subtle.
there is a difference. This is less pungent.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a weaker Sharpie smell with just a hint more sweetness, I think. It's very subtle, but I do think there's a slight difference, and I'm shocked by that. I was expecting them to smell exactly the same.
All right, well, I'm going to taste them now.
All right, we're starting off again with the right-hand bottle. I should be saying left-hand bottle for our viewers.
Stage that way.
Stage that way?
This bottle right here. We'll do a zoom in right here. This bottle.
There's going to be a lot of editing in this video.
Yeah. I don't like bourbon. All right, so let's taste the second one here if we haven't already. This was my less Sharpie smelling one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest before I take a sip of this.
Oh, that is far different. That's not even close.
I mean, the smell alone, I couldn't get any differences, so I'm hoping that this is different.
Oh, wow. That's way... To me, that's... You could have told me these are two completely different distilleries.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're that different? Wow.
I think they have kind of the same flavor profile, but this is way sweeter.
I was gonna say it was more cinnamony.
Huh.
Yeah.
Without the burn, though. Like, I don't think it's like sometimes you add more cinnamon, it gets more burn, but I thought that had more cinnamon flavor, but equal or less burn than the Right Barrel.
So you do taste the difference, though.
It's very subtle for me. It's not as drastic as Kyle is getting, but it does taste slightly different.
Yeah, I this is, to me, not sugary, but definitely sweeter. A little bit of... I need to try them back to back.
But not at the same time.
I think we're also going to be influenced, of course, by the fact that we tried one before the other.
Oh, so now we got to do a double blind and try the other ones first in reverse order?
Well, maybe that's a future video, is can we notice a difference if we're blindfolded?
Yeah, these to me are...
Well, I wouldn't be able to see, so there'd be a difference.
This one, I think the flavor profile is much more rounded. This one is more up front.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I
love both of them.
Fair enough. I dislike this one and can tolerate this one.
Interesting.
Good news, because this is the one you own.
Funny how that worked out.
So
Unless Max switches them on me.
So I got a bad barrel?
Absolutely not. I think
You got a different
I
barrel.
prefer yours because it's a little stronger. Like, this to me tastes like it's underproofed, maybe young.
Huh.
This tastes more aged, and I think the complexity's a lot better.
Gotcha.
This is kind of like single note sweet with a little cinnamon, and this has like a few notes of different things bouncing between it.
So it's possible then that this bottle got more of the barrel flavor imparted into it.
Yeah, so does it say on here how long it was aged for?
I don't
I don't
believe
know. I
there's
don't
an
think I
age
saw
statement.
No,
on
so
that.
this barrel, maybe they tried it and they didn't like it, so they let it sit for longer.
Interesting.
And this one could be aged another, like, 2-3 years.
Huh, so
and
because there's no age statement on the bottles, they actually could be aged different amounts of time.
Yeah,
Interesting.
to my palate, I definitely could be wrong. This seems like a younger whiskey. It doesn't seem like it's as aged as much. Maybe they tasted it and they were like, this is exactly what we want. And maybe this one they let sit.
So, thoughts, guys. Do we like Four Roses Single Barrel?
Absolutely. One of my favorites.
Fair
Not
enough.
a fan.
Not at all. Even though that one was tolerable, it wasn't tolerable enough.
I'll drink it. I wouldn't seek it out.
Fair enough.
Oh, I would. I think this one will go great in any sort of mixed drink you want. I wouldn't do this one, though. This one's really sweet, unless you're doing like a Manhattan or something that tames down the sweetness.
Sure.
The sweeter one we found is from the Emmy. So if you're looking for something close to this one's from the Emmy warehouse. And if you're looking for something a little more aged, MW. But again, who knows?
So I guess the major takeaway from this episode is that the specific barrel that your whiskey comes from makes a huge impact on taste, and if you're drinking a blended whiskey, you're not going to see that because you're mixing all different whiskeys from one distillery, or sometimes multiple distilleries if it's like a blended Scotch that's pulling from all over Scotland. So
yeah,
this is a really interesting experiment, I think.
And not to ruin your wallet, but if you find one that you like, make sure you buy it.